Mr. McGuire impacted my life the most. He just helped me out the most.
I'll say Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael, he supported me during my 11th grade year.
Mr. Michael, he was the nicest when I was in 11th grade.
The teacher that impacted my life the most was Miss Lametta and Miss Cafania.
And why?
Because they inspired me to get my work done and get out of here so I can pass and move on with my life.
Which teacher impacted my life the most? I feel like Miss Lametta, because she's nice and she do everything you ask her to do.
A teacher that impacted me the most was Miss Van Gorder, because she always made sure everyone was okay and comfortable in her class.
Miss Lametta, because she was just the best teacher to me. She was just nice and kind, and she always helped me when I needed help.
It has to be Mr. Michael and Miss Casage. They helped me with a lot of stuff in my life and my workplaces.
The Fitzgerald teacher that impacted my life was most likely Miss Cruddy. She's very lovely.
Probably Miss Lametta. She was always my favorite, and she's always been my friend throughout high school.
Miss Mortier and Mr. McGuire, because they helped me out through a lot.
Mr. Bierman.
Miss Davis before she left, because she just taught me that work is important and stuff like that.
Mr. Bierman impacted my life the most, because he helped me a lot.
Mr. Hazard, he showed me a lot about cars that I didn't know before until I got here.
Who impacted my life the most? Probably Mr. Hills at best. Mr. Hills.
Probably Mr. Meyer, because he helped me get into robotics, and he helped me make new friends this year, and I haven't been to school these past 2 years, so I don't know, he really taught me a lot. Yeah.
I think Miss Tassios, I just had a lot of fun with her, and I speak Spanish, so she got to teach me more of it and some stuff I didn't know about the culture, and she was just very helpful and supportive of everything I did and had.
The teacher that impacted me the most was probably Miss Smith and Miss Lametta. They're very helpful teachers, and they made my high school life very fun, and I loved it.
The Fitzgerald teacher would have to be Mr. Lund, and that would be because I had him for my sophomore and junior year, and those years were rougher, and he just helped a lot with school stuff.
There would have to be Miss Lametta and Mr. Hazard. Miss Lametta helped me when times were rough and stuff, and Mr. Hazard helps me, still currently does, help me better myself so that I can have a good career in auto.
The Fitzgerald teacher that impacted me the most is Miss Van Gorder, because she's always been very supportive.
The teacher that impacted my life the most is probably Ms. Van Gorder, because she's always nice and teaches how people how to be nice, kind, and help others around you.
Mr. Nelson, because he's my favorite teacher.
I say my most impactful staff had to be either Shakes or Scope. They put me through a lot.
I'd say the teacher that impacted me the most at Fitzgerald is Mr. Meyer, because he really just helped me out with everything I wanted to learn in my career.
I would say Miss O'Higgins, because she really cares about us, and she just made the rest of my high school year the best. So.
Mr. Osman has impacted me a lot because his inspiration and his help and his advices have really helped me to do better in high school, and also helped me to do better in college.
The Fitzgerald teacher that impacted my life the most probably is Miss Koss, because she was always attentive to my situation. I have multiple situations, but she was always attentive and caring, and always was in my corner when I felt like nobody else would.
Probably Scope, because he's guided me through a lot of things that other people have not.
The teacher who impacted me in Fitzgerald would be Miss Van Gorder. I had her since middle school and now through high school, and yeah, it's been a pleasure being her student, and also great memories.
I would say Miss Kreider, because she helped me a lot with science classes.
It would be Mr. Meyer, because he taught me things that I actually want to apply in the real world.
The Fitzgerald teacher that impacted my life most was Mr. Birchmeyer, because he was my cross-country coach, and he helped me
gain better time on my runs?
My favorite teacher is probably Miss Crowdy and Mrs. Smith.
The Fitzgerald teacher that impacted my life the most would probably be Mr. Michael. He was great and he was funny. He made me open up to the class a lot more.
So the teacher that impacted my life the most is Coach Shakespeare.
I'd say Miss Tassios and Miss Mulligan, because those two are the only ones that you can actually play around with and get advice from.
Miss Cafania, because she's helped me get through a lot my senior year and my junior year. It was really a real big impact. She's like one of the main reasons why I stayed on task and stayed on course and stuff, so yeah.
Miss Lametta, if I had any words for her, she'd practically have been my art mentor.
I gotta think. Probably Miss Mulligan, because she always put a smile on my face.
I feel like Miss Mulligan impacted my life the most. She was always there for me when I needed somebody to lean on. She got me through tough times all the time.
The Fitzgerald teacher that impacted my life the most and why would have to be Miss Van Gorder, because I knew her since middle school. She has been one of those teachers that have just been a best friend to me, and she understands me on a deeper level, and I just truly love and appreciate her.
Which Fitzgerald teacher impacted my life the most? Oh, that's hard. I think I have to say Miss Lumetta and Mr. Hills. Miss Lumetta just always felt like a teacher I could talk to about anything and have a general conversation with her, and Mr. Hills just helped me so much with my math progress throughout the years.
For the teacher, I would have to say Miss Mulligan, and she was a previous teacher for my sister that was here, and with being in theater, she has gave me a lot of credit and a lot of stuff that I like to hear, and plus I've always helped her out too with all the things in theater, and so far I always love to hear.
What teacher impacted my life the most? I have to say Miss Lametta, because when I went through a lot of hard times, she was there for me and always inspired me to be creative.
I'll say Ms. Van Gorder. She's been helping me this whole entire year. She had helped me for everything, like experience stuff, that's it. And maybe Miss Fletcher at the same time.
Probably Mrs. Tassios.
The Fitzgerald teacher that impacted me the most in life is probably Ms. Van Gorder. I had her for all of high school, and she's just a great teacher overall. So.
The teacher that impacted my life the most would be Miss Lametta, because she helped me with anything I needed help with.
I would say Mr. McGuire, because he's so understanding, and he listens to everything.
Which Fitzgerald teacher impacted my life most would be Miss Fletcher and Mr. Nelson, because they are very understanding. They helped me with a lot of stuff, my English, and Miss Fletcher helped me with my graduations and stuff as well. So I'm very grateful for them.
I do have multiple, but I would probably say Scope, just because he definitely helped me mature a lot and just channel a lot of people, so yeah.
The one that impacted me the most is probably Mr. Michael, because he's chill, funny.
My favorite, probably Miss Smith, because she was real nice and very understanding.
Miss Cafania, she was always there if I needed help.
It's like Miss Crowdy and Miss Fletcher, because both of them explain their work so clearly, and they help us doing our works. That's why.
Most impactful teacher, I'd say Mr. Hills.
I'd say the teacher that impacts my life the most would be Miss Stefania and Mr. McGuire, because they always made sure that I was doing my work, and they always helped me with everything that I needed.
The teacher that impacted my life the most here at Fitz would definitely be Miss O'Higgins and Miss Crotty. They were always very supportive with anything.
Mr. Body, because he had helped me doing my...
Probably Mr. Hazard, because I known him for 3 years, and the class shows you how to do auto work, mechanic stuff, hands-on stuff.
Miss Lumetta,
Because she's just so caring and she takes care of us like we're her own kids.
I would say Shakes and Lumetta because they impacted my life because like they treat me like when I'm away from home and I come to school, it's like I got two other parents here and they treat me like I'm family.
The teacher that impacted my life the most would be Mr. McDonald because he's just a very nice guy.
Probably like when my teacher and like Miss Heather and other teacher helped me out. Like Miss Heather helped me out with my thing, auto knowledge and car knowledge, and Miss Fletcher, she helped me with my English and like college stuff and all that stuff.
Which teacher impacted me the most was Miss Tassios because she was always by my side when I needed her, and she always brought light into everyone's day when you enter her classroom. Probably Mr. Lund.
Which Fitzgerald teacher impacted my life the most and why? Probably Miss Fletcher because she's just really nice and stuff like that.
Fitzgerald teacher that impacted my life probably is Mr. Body, like, cause he always talked to me a lot about different stuff in the world and stuff like that.
Shakespeare. He impacted my life in many ways. He taught me the importance of never giving up.
Mr. McGuire, because like he be helping with my work. I ain't gonna lie, like no other teacher would, and he would. So yeah, probably.
The Fitzgerald teacher that impacted my life the most, I would have to say, is probably Miss Lametta.
It got to be a teacher. Can it be like a staff member? Or I'll probably say the teacher or staff member that impacted me the most probably Shakes, because she just got me out of a lot of stuff, you feel me?
The teacher that impacted my life the most has to be Mrs. Lametta and Mr. McGuire.
I would say Miss Lametta, and then Miss Clotty, Miss Cornell, Mr. Barchmeyer. Yeah.
Which Fitzgerald teacher impacted my life the most? Probably Mr. Michael, Mr. McDonald, and Miss Crotty.
The teacher that impacted my life the most would have to be Miss Kono, my pharmacy tech teacher. I love her. She's guided me through a lot. She's one of the best teachers here.
Miss Smith impacted my life the most because she uplifted me during 11th grade year and she kept me motivated.
Mr. Behrman. My favorite teacher is probably Miss Smith because she's super nice and cool and she helps me get out of my comfort zone.
It got to be Miss Ametta because she told me to go forward with my passions and stuff.
Probably Miss Davis. I feel like she brought me into to break my shell, and yeah.
It would be Miss Cafine, cause
Mr. Hills, and because he's always been there for me when I needed him.
I'm gonna say Mr. Michael. He impacted my life the most during my junior year.
She's not a teacher, she's my counselor, and Miss Horn, because she really helped me through, my 11th grade year and 12 and with things.
Miss Davis.
Probably Mr. Hills. He impacted my life definitely because he's always been pretty chill and laid back with me,
Mr. Hazard, because he's taught us a lot in auto class.
I would say Miss Tassios. She made high school really fun. She was a really good teacher.
Miss Smith, because she's just so sweet and she's always been the best person from the moment I've met her.
Miss Smith, because she's the best teacher in the world. Miss Lametta. She helps with everything.
What teacher impacted me the most? I'll say Scope.
Mr. McGuire and Miss Black.
The Fitzgerald teacher that impacted my life so much was Mrs. McDonald.
The teacher that impacted me the most was, she's not a teacher, but she's a staff, my coach Devin on the cheer team.
The physics teacher that impacted my life the most was either Ms. Van Gorder or Ms. McKay.
The physics teacher that impacted my life the most will probably be Mr. Nelson because his class is like a safe space, I guess.
The most they impact me by probably Miss Confine because she always helped me with everything I did. When I needed help, I can go to her.
Mr. Bierman impacted my life the most because I love the way he teaches.
Miss Fletcher, she impacted my life because she, even though I was doing bad in her class, she still had hope that I would do good, which I am now.
I had to say Miss Smith. I had her most of my life in high school, and she just taught me how to enjoy filming and stuff, and I enjoy filming now. She taught me how to like it.
I would say Miss Mulligan. She impacted my life the most because she taught me how to be myself.
I think all my teachers affected me equally.
My old teacher is good, but Mr. Bierman, he helped me a lot.
The teacher that impacted my life the most is probably Miss Tassios, because she's kind of always been there.
It's my favorite teacher actually, and he helped me for everything. He is Bierman. He teach me and give me some advice too. It's Bierman.
I think Miss Fletcher, it's because she used to explain how essay and stuff.
The teacher that I feel like impacted my life the most was Miss Lametta because she always was fun and goofy. She always encouraged us to do good and never brought us down or none of that. So, yep.
I gotta say Miss Smith and Miss Lametta because they was cool, just cool peoples for real.
The teacher that impacted my life the most would have to be Miss Smith because she just keeps people on track and then her class is fun.
Miss Smith because she was overall a good teacher. Miss Van Gorder because she helped me out a lot my 11th grade year when I was slipping.
Which Fitzgerald teacher impacted my life the most? Probably Miss Smith.
The teacher that impacted my life the most would be Miss Mulligan because she was a fun teacher.
I feel like Miss Lametta was impacted mine more because she was just motivational.
Probably Mr. Lund, which is a teacher that doesn't go here anymore, as he kind of inspired me to keep going and be an actual student instead of just not participating.
The teacher who impacted me the most is Miss Crotty. She's just really cool.
Miss Cassage, because she's funny and makes me laugh almost every day.
There are two teachers that impacted me the most in high school. I'd say Karate and Mr. Michael, and they've just been really supportive and nice.
The Fitzgerald teacher that affected my life the most is probably Miss Lametta when she beat me up in the parking lot.
Fitzgerald teacher impacted me the most, and why? There's a bunch. Miss Smith, Mr. Michael, Miss Cafania, Miss Mortier, Miss Mulligan. They all impacted me a lot. Those people, Miss Crotty, they all impacted me a lot as a whole. Not just one adult out of all of them have stand out the most. They all have done a lot for me and made me the person that I am today.
That's a hard one. I'd have to say for the Fitzgerald teacher that's impacted my life the most, it's a tie between three. Miss Mulligan, because she has been an amazing theater teacher and one of the best people for just helping me get through this entire mess of a high school career. Similar with Miss Crotty, she has been for me this entire time, ever since I met her in sophomore year and joined her AP Gov class in junior year. She's been wonderful. And Mr. Hills, he has really helped encourage me to develop my love for math even more than I already have. And well, when no one else would run calculus, he stepped up and did it. So, yeah.
One of the only teachers I can think of at Fitz that actually impacted me was during my sophomore year was
Mr. Porter. He goes to Chatterton now, but he was the music teacher. He was the choir teacher. And he inspired me to be me. He was the first teacher that helped me feel like myself at this school. Because school is kind of glum, kind of dark, but he made it a little bit brighter and made it easier for me to enjoy school a little bit more.
Which Fitzgerald teacher impacted my life the most and why? He not a teacher, but Shakes. You know, he been there for me since I came to the school. He helped me with everything, so him.
The staff member who impacted me the most would probably be Miss Debbie downstairs in the cafeteria, because every day she would start off with a conversation and try to make students smile.
The teacher who impacted my life the most has to be quite the hard question, but I would have to go with Miss Lumetta. Miss Lumetta is a great teacher. She's a really laid back and caring teacher.
The teacher who impacted my life the most would be Miss Lumetta, because she seems for the kids. She loves her job and she also helps us out. She doesn't just leave us to hang us out to dry. So, yeah.
My teacher who impacted me the most was Mr. Collin.
The teacher who impacted my life the most was between Mr. Michael and Mr. Hazard.
The teacher who impacted my life the most was Miss Van Gorder, because she's seen me grow up from being a little kid to where I am now.
The teacher that impacted my life most from the school has to definitely be Mr. Hills. Ever since I've known him back in 6th grade, he has been one of the most supporting teachers. He always checks up on me when I'm not here for a while, and he just always supported me.